Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Andy Show. Andy here, and we are going back to the basics. This would be a good video to show any prospective investors if you've talked about people or talked to people and they seem interested and get the concept and see what we're going to do. I'm going to go through this and explain because I still get emails from members that have been in this for months that ask about why they haven't received dividend checks, if there's more they need to do, just a ton of different questions that I'm going to try to explain things here, and we're going to just kind of take it from the beginning. So here we go. Woolard Enterprises. Woolard Enterprises was set up as an entity to invest in the Iraqi stock market. We are open to investors to invest in Woolard Enterprises. You are not, by investing, you are not investing in the stock market. You're investing in Woolard Enterprises in hopes Woolard Enterprises makes a strong profit through their investments in the Iraqi stock market. You do not own shares. You do not have a specific stock or anything else. You're investing in the company invests in the market. You reap the rewards once we have rewards to take out of the market. Prior to investing with Woolard Enterprises, you will want to take a look at the blog. Every time we have a change in the Iraqi dinar stock or in the Iraq stock market, we post it not only on the main page, but under the blog. Any information you need to know is here. Check out the FAQ section. If you like the idea of investing at that point, you would click on Investor Agreement. And you need to understand this is a long-term investment. Don't invest if you need to change your mind in the future, as there is a 20% fee to cancel your investment. Yes, it is very steep. So make sure you want to invest and do not want out prior to a rate change. By saying this, we have had people that get in with 3, 4, 5 blocks. So let's take 3 blocks as an example. Right now it costs you $370 as a minimum investment in the U.S. if you invest in Woolard Enterprises. That constitutes 3 blocks, the $45 admin fee, and a $25 annual maintenance fee. So of that $370, $300 is being sent to our account in Iraq to purchase shares. Should you decide you want out after a few months, few weeks, whatever it may be, you are going to pay a 20% penalty of your initial investment that does not include any fees. So you've already lost $70 from the outset. That is non-refundable in any way. Now you have $300 that you're getting 80% back. You're losing another $60. So do not get into this if you think you might want to get out at some point. It is costly. We invest that money over in Iraq to have to work to change things. It's not worth it to us. We're passing that cost on to you. So if you want me to do changes and make changes and you decide it's really not for you, you need to know going in that it's going to be costly for you to get out. You are agreeing to this. Make sure you understand the implications of possibly canceling your account. But you will want to read the agreement. The agreement is 30 pages long. A lot of it is the setup and the definitions and all that, but there is a lot to this. It's all in legalese. For the most part, a securities exchange attorney wrote the original agreement. This is a very mild modification of that agreement. So you will want to take and look at what this is telling you. This is what you are obligated for, but you also must understand that We are not sanctioned, nor are required to be sanctioned by the Securities and Exchange Commission. Okay? Neither the United States Securities and Exchange Commission nor any state securities administrator has approved or disapproved the securities offered herein, nor has the Commission or any state securities administrator passed upon the adequacy or accuracy of the disclosures contained in this confidential private placement memorandum, or the merits of an investment in the securities offered herein. Any representation to the contrary is a criminal offense. The securities offered hereby have not been registered under the 1933 Act or the securities laws of any state, and are being offered in reliance upon certain exemptions from registration under such laws. Such exemptions impose substantial restrictions on the subsequent transfer of securities, such that an investor herein may not subsequently resell the securities offered herein unless the securities are subsequently registered under applicable federal and state securities laws, or an exemption from such registration is available. See risk factors, suitability standards, and placement of the offering. In other words, we are not sanctioned or licensed by any group or organization, nor are we required by law to do so. This is a risky investment. You need to understand what you are investing in. Read the agreement. Everything about this is spelled out in this agreement. Also note, you are not buying into the Iraqi stock market. You are investing in our company. We are not selling stocks to you. We are selling investments in our company. So as long as you understand that and don't plan to question which stocks you personally have, because you will never own any stocks in Woolard Enterprises. You are investing in our company. We invest in the stock market, and you get to reap the rewards from the investment based on the amount that you invest with us. All right, so you're going to read the entire agreement. This gives you ideas on on payments that we accept. Any foreign investor outside the U.S., including Canada, there are specific details for you. There are only two ways we accept funds, and that's through certified U.S. funds, a cashier's check or something similar, in U.S. dollars. We also charge more per block, but you would, once you have read this, you understand it, you complete this information, and then you will include a check mark that you read and understand the agreement. So you can't come back later and say, well, I didn't realize it said that. That's not my problem. Go to an attorney, have them look it over if you need to. But you're stating here that you have read and understand the agreement. And you understand you're not purchasing stocks, that you're investing in our company and not a stock investment company. We are a business who just happens to invest in the Iraqi stock market. You understand that the blocks are $100 each, and depending on where you are, there's either a $15 or $25 admin fee, along with a one-time per year maintenance fee. You understand the risk of the investment, that there are no guarantees of any kind. You're of legal age. You must be 18 or over to participate. You're also stating that all of this information is true and correct. Here you will detail how you expect to pay for your initial blocks. If you say, for example, tell me you're going to pay through Zelle, and you later, before you do this and actually fund the account, you have to pay through Apple Pay or send a check or whatever. You do not need to redo this investment agreement. This is simply for informational purposes, and you are not bound, if you tell me you're paying by Zelle, to pay by Zelle. You can pay anyway. This is simply to let us know where to look. If that changes, that's fine. Any information you think we should know, you'll include it here. And we specifically point out about refunds here. because we want you to know there's nothing to hide here. We aren't trying to cheat you in any way. We are making it upfront. We don't want to play the game of I want in, I want out, I want in, I want out. You understand that it will cost you. If you do get out of this group, you are not allowed back in. There are no partial refunds. It's all or nothing. And once you submit, you will be taken to a page that gives you a little more information on how to complete your investment. And it's going to be a page similar to this one. Pretty much all the same information in the way that the funds that we accept, how we accept it, and all that. Be sure to send to the phone number, not an email. The address is here, whether you send a cashier's check, a personal check, whatever you may send. But if you do send Western Union, make sure you include this information to this email address. If you don't, it will not be picked up. I don't recommend Western Union if you have another option. This is a last ditch option, and it's typically the only viable one for most people living outside the U.S., but there is a little bit of expense to Western Union. And again, I say that in retrospect to what, once the dinar does revalue and you start getting your dividends and stuff, this is a minuscule amount. But for now, as far as funding your investment, this can be very costly. So once you've done that, you wait. If you want information and news, you can go over to our news sources. Otherwise, we typically either post something on the blog or our videos. The latest 2 videos are always on the homepage. We'll post the latest 2 videos here. And if you want to go back and look at things we've said in the past, or for whatever reason want to watch a different video, you can go to our videos link, and we have every video we've ever done posted here. There should be every video we've ever done, but we try to keep it to around 10 per page, so you may go back to our very earliest. I believe our first video was done December 31st. And of course it goes up from there. So we've got them dated in order by the time that we did the videos. And you can always scroll down here. For example, this takes you to the next set, the next set, the next set. And of course the most recent is the same as the link if you clicked our videos. So anyway, that will change as we get more and more videos posted. And we're already in need of making another page. I just haven't done it yet. But anyway, a lot of information will be given to you. Some of it is useful to some members, some of it less useful. But you can decide on that when you watch the videos. But that's one way of staying informed. You do not need to email me every other day asking where we stand. How are we doing? Are we doing this? Are we doing that? I'm not sharing business information individually. I do it collectively. If you need to know it, everyone needs to know it, and I keep everybody very well updated on what is going on, or at least I attempt to. Most of the time, your blogs, the posts will be dated. I'm bad at it, as you can see here and here. Well, okay. I'm trying to make sure that I get the date posted on the blog so that you don't have to wonder when it was posted. And I'm bad about it, but I'm conscious of it now, and we'll try to make a better effort. As far as news, I don't share a lot of news because for me it's been misleading for years. But if you want to know what's going on, you can click Iraq News Sources. And you can hit any of these papers. Some of them are more useful than others, but they all have Iraqi news, whether current or not. They all have something to do with Iraq listed. You can click that, And here you go with the news as of today. So as of 4/21, bilateral relations between Moscow and Baghdad. Another electricity sector. You can find all kinds of resourceful news here. And I typically will go to the economic news and try to see how it's going there. Again, oil, their budget is based on $45. They've got 65 right now. So they're making bank on their oil right now, which is a good thing. But talks about the budget and everything else. So when you need news, just click on the Iraqi news sources and you can see any of these companies that provide some sort of news on Iraq. There are plenty of sites out there that do news and things like that. And I will just, on very limited occasions, give you some sort of news. But basically, once you have become a member, we wait. If you feel compelled to stay up with all the news and the happenings and riding the roller coaster, more power to you. But as far as Woolard Enterprises goes, we are waiting for a change in the rate of the Iraqi dinar. There is no guarantee that that is going to happen. Those of us invested believe it will happen. And we're hoping that it happens soon, sooner than later. But in the meantime, there's no dividend updates. There's nothing to keep you posted on other than as I get more investors or people add to their investment, we will continue to purchase stocks and shares with the funds that come into us. And we send a wire regularly, and our stocks update according to the amount of new invested funds that we have. For example, April 11th, we had sent, just days prior to this, we sent a wire. They updated and they gave us this new information. This is copied directly from my account. I don't change any numbers. I don't add to. This is the net asset value of our account as of April 11th. We have sent another wire over. This will change in coming days, and we are going to be adding more stocks to our portfolio. So this net asset value is in dinar. You can divide that by the rate, which is currently, I believe, 14.50, and you'll see how much is in the trading account in Iraq. You can also do that with each stock to see how much money is invested in each stock. This is the total amount we have paid. This is the total amount we're ahead, or total amount we're at with what we've paid here and the increase in the value of the stocks. So you always know where we stand when there's any kind of change. Okay, so there's not anything really to tell you other than keeping you updated on where we stand on it with our stocks until there is a rate change. There's no quarterly statements that are going to be issued. There's nothing going to happen until there is a rate change. Okay? So that's really basically it. I get a lot of emails asking various questions, most of which can be found through one of our videos or just maintaining some sort of update with us. Go to the blog, read the blog. Anyway, there's information and updates throughout the blog since we've started. And some things are better than others. I think we've gotten better at communication, but there are, from our very first wire transfer. So there's nothing that I am not sharing with you at all. I'm accused of giving out too much information. I would rather give you too much information than not enough. I'm not like another group that has to hide everything and keep everything private, keep you from knowing anything. So not only do my members know, the investors in Woolard Enterprises, everybody knows. We have nothing to hide. I am not going to share your personal information. It does not matter what others know about how many stocks we have or anything else. Okay, so understand that I'm very upfront, very open about everything and where we stand with everything. I'm not like the other group that is wanting to terminate your investment just because you might be related. And it's pathetically sad that you have the opportunity to get in either group, and that group is very secretive about everything that they do. There's a vast difference. And I'm getting that question, which group should I invest in? Oh, that's entirely up to you. If you want to invest in a group that is very secretive, is willing to throw you out because you share information with somebody, if you want to get into the group of a group with an extremely jealous leader, then by all means, go to the other group. It's not up to me. I'm not going to try to sway you one way or the other. I'm very upfront and honest. Your other group is very deceptive and is not open with the information. So ask them to be this upfront with you on a constant basis with how many blocks and how much their net asset value and all that. So, there are some very visible differences in the two groups, and it's up to you to make that decision. If you want to go with somebody that's small-minded and jealous and very secretive, then the other group's for you. I'm not that way. So anyway, I appreciate being able to give you a little information here, and I hope you have a wonderful day. You don't want to invest, please don't. If you see the potential that investing and see the opportunity it has, and you're willing to be patient and wait, then by all means jump in. If not, if you're skeptical, don't worry about it. It's all fine. Have a good life. So nobody is forcing you. I'm not selling this. I'm making it available to those who see this as an opportunity and they understand the risk involved. With that, I bid you a farewell, and God bless you all.